So this particular verse that we are discussing from the Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Uparatam Ashnami Prayatatmana. So Lord Krishna, who is our Supreme Father, Lord Krishna is basically offering a proposal of love for all of us. Krishna is telling all of us, please come and connect with me. Make a relationship with me. You may not be interested in me, but I am interested in you. Just like a father is very keen or a mother is very keen to establish that connection with the children. So I was explaining this point that in Bhagavad Gita there are different processes that is explained. Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. But of all the process, Bhakti Yoga is something that is very simple. Anyone and everyone can perform it. In any circumstance, it can be performed in any situation. And this is actually the topmost system. This particular chapter of Bhagavad Gita, from which we are reading this shloka, is the 9th chapter, 26th verse. The 9th chapter is called the most confidential knowledge. Right? You have knowledge that is confidential. You may have something that is more confidential, and you have the most confidential. So the Gyan Marg, Karma Marg, all this is confidential, more confidential, but the most confidential knowledge is the process of bhakti. Through this process of bhakti, one can actually achieve devotion to Krishna and one can actually achieve God. So ultimately, the path of spirituality, whether it is this yoga, that yoga, the path of spirituality aims at attaining God. We all want to achieve God in our life. And of all the processes, the process of Bhakti Yoga is very, very simple. Even though Krishna is the master of everything, he is supremely opulent, but still he is so very humble and so down to earth. He is ready to establish a connection with us for small little things. If you read this verse, it says Patram Pushpam Phalam. Patram means singular, right? There's singular and plural. In Sanskrit, if you have to say one leaf, you say Patram. If you have to say many leaves, you say Patrani. If you have to say one flower, you say Pushpam. If you have to say many flowers, you say Pushpani. So Krishna is not using plural tense here. Krishna is using a singular tense here. Krishna is saying, you don't even have to come and offer me many flowers. If you can do that, we should do that. Right? So this verse doesn't mean that just offer one flower. It means that if you don't have any other capacity, just offer one flower, one fruit. If nothing, one leaf. Leaf is like free of cost. It's available everywhere. If not that also, just offer water. But how we are supposed to offer it? With love and devotion. So in this particular verse, 2 times the word bhakti is used. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti uparatam. So 2 times Krishna is using the word bhakti to tell that he is actually not looking for that leaf or fruit or flower. Is it that Krishna is hungry? He wants our fruit, he wants this. Krishna is self-satisfied. One of the names of God is Atma Ram. He is self-satisfied. He doesn't need anything from outside to satisfy him. Still, Krishna is asking this thing because he wants to experience the love with all of us. Even though he has many devotees who have a lot of love for him, still he is looking for that individual relationship with each one of us. So Krishna is so very merciful. Krishna is just asking for one leaf, one flower, one fruit, or if nothing, water. But if we offer this with a lot of love and devotion, we can actually win the heart of Krishna. We can definitely achieve the grace of Krishna. In the Mahabharata, when Lord Krishna was there in this world 5,000 years ago, Duryodhan, before this war of Mahabharata was about to start, Duryodhan wanted Krishna on his side, right? Because Krishna, whichever side Krishna is going to be, the victory is going to be there. So Duryodhan was thinking, let me get Krishna on my side. So one time when Krishna came to Hastinapur, what Duryodhan did was he arranged a first class dinner for Krishna. The most opulent things served in golden utensils, the best of cooks from India. Krishna didn't even go there. Why? Because Krishna understood all this is done without love and devotion. Krishna said, I don't care for all this. You know where Krishna went? Krishna went to the house of Vidura. Vidura was born in a Shudra family. He was not born in a very high class Brahman family. Krishna went to Vidura's house without invitation. We all are praying that Krishna, please come, please come. We are praying for Krishna to come. Krishna comes, sometimes he doesn't come. But Vidura didn't even ask for Krishna. Krishna went uninvited to Vidura's place. And it is explained that when he came to Vidura's place, Vidura was out of his house. The wife of Vidura, when she saw the beauty of Krishna, she was so mesmerized that there was not too many things in the house. So she went and bought bananas to give Krishna because that was the only thing there. And looking at Krishna, she was so mesmerized. She was peeling the bananas. She threw the pulp, the fruit, and she was giving the skin to Krishna. And Krishna is eating all that skin. Banana skin. Ever tasted? You all can try it later. Right? You'll not be able to eat it. But Krishna was eating with so much relish. Why? What was Krishna tasting in that? The love. The wife of Vidura, Vidurani, she was offering with so much love and devotion. Krishna was just eating that. The story of Sudama. You know the story? Krishna's dear friend Sudama. He goes to Dwarka taking some poha. By the time he reached Dwarka, the poha was already old, stale. Krishna was still eating it with a lot of love and happiness. In Dwarka, he was getting the best foods cooked in ghee. But still Krishna was relishing this poha of Sudama because it was made with so much love and devotion. And Sudama, he offered this little poha to Krishna. What did Sudama get in return? What did he get in return? His heart became a palace. We all get impressed by stories of people from rags to riches. Someone who was down become super successful. This is Sudama's story. And what was Sudama's secret of success? Offered poha to Krishna. Now if I write a book which says, if you want to become successful, just offer poha to Krishna. How many people will follow it? It will not become a best-selling book. Because people don't have faith. But actually this is a fact. This is a fact. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Tatra Partha Dhanodhara Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. If you serve Krishna nicely, this particular Leela where Sudama is going to Dwarka and offering that poha, Krishna just takes that poha and eats it. When Krishna is about to eat another handful of poha, Rukmini Devi, who is the consort of Krishna, she is Lakshmi. She tells Krishna, don't eat it. This one little poha that you have eaten one handful, I have to personally go and stay in the house of Sudama. So Srila Prabhupada mentions there, any place where Krishna is taken care of nicely, Krishna's deity, Krishna is taken care of nicely, nice bhakti is going on in that place will have all opulence. Lakshmi will personally stay there. Because where Narayana is satisfied, Krishna is satisfied, Lakshmi will definitely be in that place. So this is something that people are not able to understand, but it requires a devotee to understand this. The war of Mahabharata, the Pandavas won this war not because of material expertise. They were very less. They were outnumbered. Basically, the Kauravas were very high in number. They were too little. They won this war simply because they had faith in Krishna. So if we offer these simple things to Krishna with love and devotion, we can be victorious in this life and definitely we will attain the mercy of Krishna. So here we see, first principle we saw, how Krishna is wanting that relationship with all of us because he's like a father wanting to connect with his children. The second point that we saw is, what is Krishna looking for through the story of Duryodhan and Vidura? Krishna is not looking for the ingredients. Krishna is looking for the ingredient of bhakti. If you want to satisfy something, any offering that you give Krishna, if it is given out of love and devotion, Krishna is very, very happy to eat it, even if it is the smallest of small thing. And third principle we saw, just by satisfying Krishna, we can have all success in our life. And we also saw this point that how Krishna is so very kind and merciful. He is speaking these words in singular. He's not using a plural tense. Another very important point in this verse is Krishna is speaking about natural things. Leaf, flower, fruit, water, all natural things. So Krishna is a natural God who loves natural things. Many times now you have plastic flowers that you offer to Krishna, and the idea is one time you offer it and it will remain for years together. Krishna doesn't like that. Krishna is saying you offer a natural flower, by the end of the day it will dry off. Next day you have to go to him again to offer a flower. That is the point. It's not that ek baar de diya ho gaya. Krishna wants us to go back to him again and again so that that connection is continuously there. In the scriptures, we'll find many stories of devotees who have perfected their lives just by offering the simple things. One time, the first thing that Krishna speaks about in this verse is Patram. Patram is a leaf. And the Acharyas mention, any leaf can be offered to Krishna, but if you can offer a tulsi leaf to Krishna, that is the best. Any offering, you offer fruits or kheer or anything to Krishna, if there is no tulsi, Krishna doesn't take it. Tulsi is the ingredient that Krishna is actually looking for. So just by, in scripture, there are many verses which say, if every day we take a tulsi leaf, offer it at the feet of Krishna, we will make a lot of progress in bhakti. You may say, how it happens? You will not be able to understand. Just like you go to a doctor, you have pain in your leg. You go to a doctor, doctor will tell you, take this medicine. You may ask the doctor, I have pain in my leg. If I eat this medicine in my mouth, how it will affect the pain in my leg? Doctor says, don't analyze too much. Just take it. Similarly, you may say, offering a leaf of tulsi to Krishna, you make so much progress. You have to just do it with faith. So tulsi leaf is so powerful that Krishna is actually conquered by it. There's a very interesting story in Krishna Leela. One time, Narad Muni comes to Dwarka. Narad is a great devotee of Krishna. And Narad had so much devotion to Krishna. Lord Krishna told Narada, you have purchased me with your devotion. You have literally won my heart with your devotion. So Narada says, if I have won your heart, please come with me. So Krishna leaves Dwarka and he's going with Narad. Narad is literally taking Krishna away from Dwarka. So all the queens, all the wives of Krishna, they come and tell Narada, Are, you're taking our husband away, what will happen to all of us? So Narad says, okay, let's do one thing. We'll keep a scale, a tarazu, a scale. On one end, Krishna will sit. On the other end, you all put all your gold. You all want Krishna back now? So give me gold equivalent to Krishna's weight. So Krishna sits on one scale and Dwarka had a lot of wealth. Wives a lot of wealth. So they offered all their gold on the other scale. But still, how much ever you offer, Krishna's weight was, Krishna is the weight of the entire universe practically. Many universes. So the scale was not tilting only. So they didn't understand what to do. Now Krishna is going to go away. Narad is going to take Krishna away. So that time, Rukmini ji, she comes and puts one tulsi leaf. In fact, she tells all the queens, remove all that gold. All the gold is out. One scale, Krishna is sitting. On the other scale, she puts one tulsi leaf and the scale immediately tilts. Krishna goes flying in the air and tulsi is much more heavier. So this point is the tulsi leaf is so powerful that it can actually win the heart of Krishna. One of the avatars of Krishna is called Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came just 500 years ago. Same Krishna comes as Mahaprabhu. So how does Mahaprabhu come in this world? There was one great Acharya, Advaita Acharya, in Navdeep in Mayapur. He had a Shaligram Shila, a Vishnu Shila. He would offer Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaf with a lot of love and devotion. He would cry to Krishna, please you come. Just by the Ganga Jal and Tulsi, Krishna's heart was conquered and he appeared in this world. So this is the power of a single Tulsi leaf. And Acharyas mentioned there is another meaning to the word Patram. Patram is a leaf. Many times now you refer to a page also as a leaf, right? So another way in which we can conquer Krishna, a way in which we can win Krishna's heart, is by reading every page of Bhagavad Gita. This is also a leaf. So every page that you read, previously, 500 years ago or somewhere, when people would write books, you know how they would write? They would literally write it on a leaf. It's called a Tad Patra. You have seen those old leaves, they would write it on a leaf. So a leaf is also a place where you inscribe words describing Krishna. So just by reading Bhagavad Gita, leaf by leaf, page by page, you are actually offering these pages to Krishna with love and devotion. So by doing this, we actually make a lot of progress in life. The next principle, the next thing that Krishna speaks about is pushpam. Pushpam is flowers, right? Like if you have been to Tirupati Balaji, so Balaji, Lord Vishnu's form, he is offered unlimited flowers. In fact, they have like huge gardens in which they grow flowers only to offer it to Balaji. He becomes very pleased with these flowers. So, and there in scriptures there are many stories where devotees have offered flower to Krishna, one single flower, with love and devotion, and they have conquered Krishna's heart. The classic story is the story of Gajendra. Have you all heard the story of Gajendra? Heard the story? When in a childhood, my grandmother would tell us all these stories. So Gajendra was an elephant, very powerful elephant. So one time Gajendra went to the heavenly realms along with his wives and family, huge family he had. Indra basically means Lord. Gaja Indra means the king of elephants. Very, very powerful. So he just went with his entire family for a picnic and he was taking a bath in a lake. Suddenly a crocodile comes and catches the leg of Gajendra. Because inside the lake you don't know what is there. So he didn't know what was there. The lake looked very beautiful, but below every beautiful thing there is some catch there. So the crocodile caught the leg of Gajendra. And Gajendra is very powerful, he's fighting it out. But you know what happens? In the land, the elephant is more powerful. In the water, the crocodile is more powerful. So Gajendra was losing his power. For many, many years, this fight was going on. And Gajendra realized that I'm going to die. This is my end. But something interesting dawned on him. In his previous life, Gajendra was a human being. He was a king called Indradumna. He had learned some Sanskrit shlokas, some verses glorifying Krishna. Suddenly, those prayers started to come in the mind of this elephant now, in this body of an elephant. And in that particular lake, there was one lotus flower. So Gajendra, in his trunk, he removed that lotus flower, offered it to Krishna, chanting those prayers, not mechanically, but with his heart, with a lot of love and devotion. It was done with a sense of urgency. Hearing those prayers, Lord Vishnu came on Garuda and he delivered Gajendra. So this particular pastime shows us that even one flower, if it is offered with love and devotion, we can attain the spiritual world. When Lord Krishna, when he was almost like 11 and a half years old, from Vrindavan he comes to Mathura. Kans had called Krishna to Mathura. So when Krishna came to Mathura, he's just moving around in the city because all this life he's been in a village. Vrindavan is a village. First time he's come to a city, he's going around seeing the city of Mathura. And he comes to one flower seller. This person's name was also Sudama. Not that Sudama, but another person with the name Sudama. He had a shop in which he would sell garlands for the king Kansa. So Krishna comes with his friends and tells Sudama, please decorate me with flowers and my friends with flowers. Sudama, flower seller, is not like too rich. Whatever flowers he had, he made the best garland and gave it to Krishna and to all the friends of Krishna. And Krishna was so pleased, Krishna told Sudama, just by this seva of yours, I will give you the spiritual world. The spiritual world is yours just because you have done this seva of giving me flowers with love and devotion. Just like we saw, the word patram is a leaf and it also means a page of a book. Similarly, pushpam, another meaning of the word pushpam is glorification. Generally, if you have seen or read any Krishna Leela, whenever Krishna would kill any demon, you'll have demigods showering flowers on Krishna, Pushpabhishek. So Pushpam also means glorification, offering beautiful shlokas or glorifying Krishna. So this way also we can offer flowers to Krishna by offering praises for the Lord. In this world, we are very eager to hear our own praises. But when we dovetail that propensity in glorifying Krishna, then that is also a flower which actually wins Krishna's heart. The third thing that Krishna mentions here is phalam. Patram, pushpam, phalam. Phalam refers to a fruit. And there are many, many stories in scriptures which explain, which inspire us that just by offering a fruit to Krishna with love and devotion, we can actually win Krishna's heart. And probably the best story is the story of Shabari. You know, heard this story? Shabari offered berries to Lord Ram because she was staying in a jungle. That place of Shabari is still there in a place called Hampi, Kishkinda Kshetra. So she was like a tribal lady. Shabari was like a tribal lady, not in a very high class, born in a Brahmin family, very simple lady. And every day she would collect these berries and wait for Lord Ram. And when Lord Ram came actually to the house of Shabari, to the ashram of Shabari, Shabari had so much love for Ram because, berries, you look at the berry, you'll never understand whether it is sweet or sour. Can you understand? Every berry will taste a little different. So how do you have to give Ram the sweetest berries? So what Shabari would do, she would take a berry, taste it, and then give it to Ram. In general, you don't offer God like this. We cannot imitate Shabari. We should not do that. That is her level, right? If we do it, it will be offensive. But Shabari had so much he was doing with genuine love and affection. Lord Ram was just eating it. Was just eating it. Lord Ram is the king of Ayodhya, the supreme Lord, the top class human being. Lord Ram is eating this juta, bear of that Shabari is giving because it's offered with so much love and devotion. And just for this one service, in front of Lord Ram, Shabari ascends to the spiritual world. Just by offering this fruit to Krishna. When Lord Krishna was a small child in Gokul, small baby Krishna was there. There was one fruit seller lady. She was carrying a basket of fruits and going around in Vrindavan selling fruits. And in those days, they were barter system, right? There was no currency. You give something, you take something. So that particular day, Krishna's mother and father, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, were busy somewhere else. But Krishna wanted fruits. The small child, he wanted fruits. So Krishna ran inside and got rice. So that he would give that rice to this lady and take fruits. So Krishna's hand was so small. By the time he got the rice, most of the rice all fell. 1 or 2 grains of rice remained. This lady was so enamored seeing the beauty and the innocence of Krishna. She fell so much in love with Krishna, she just filled Krishna's hand with fruits. And whatever 1-2 grains Krishna gave, she put it in the basket. No problem. You be happy. Just with this one seva that she did. She didn't even know Krishna is God. She didn't even realize that. But she was just wanting to give it with love and devotion. Just by this one act of giving Krishna. See, the whole idea behind this shloka is the idea of giving Krishna. In this world, we are all in the mood of taking. One time, there was a miser. You know what's a miser? Miser means he knows only the language of take. He doesn't, in his vocabulary, there is no language of give. So one time this miser was in a boat. Somehow he fell from the boat. He was drowning. He was drowning. So one of his friend gave his hand and told him, "Give your hand." He was shouting, "Give your hand." The miser was not giving. Still drowning. So the other friend told him, this fellow is a miser. He doesn't understand the language of give. You have to tell him, "Take my hand." Immediately he grabbed it. So this is our mood in this world. We are not in the mood of giving Krishna. Krishna has given us so much. But how much of that we are able to give Krishna? Sudamaji's pastime, Sudama, when he comes back from Dwarka and his little hut has become a huge palace, what was there in Sudama's mind? Beautiful shlokas that Sudama speaks, his realizations. He says, Krishna is like a rain cloud. Many times a farmer will plow the field and wait for the rain to come. In the night it will rain. The farmer is sleeping. He doesn't know it has rained. In the morning he gets up and he criticizes that it's not rained. It has not rained enough. He doesn't know in the night it has actually rained. So Sudamaji says, we are all like this farmer. Krishna is pouring so much on us, but our complaint to God is always, you have given me less. You should have given me more. On the other hand, Sudama says, Krishna's heart is so big. Even though God has given us so much, we are always in a mood of complaining, you should have given me more. But Krishna's heart is so big. When Sudama offered a little poha to Krishna, Krishna was thinking, Sudama has given me so much. Poha matlab, Krishna is saying, he's given me so much with love and devotion, I have nothing to offer him. My little thing that I'm offering is nothing in front of what he's offered with love and devotion. So this is how Krishna's heart is. So the idea of giving is so very important. So here this fruit lady, she is not very calculative at all. She's thinking Krishna wants. She just fills Krishna's hand with fruits. And as she is about to go, that basket in which she put those 1-2 grains of that Krishna gave turned into jewels. Basket filled with jewels. And she just carried it and went. How did that miracle happen? Because she gave Krishna without calculation. Non-calculative giving Krishna. Bali Maharaj's pastime. You all know the story of Bali? Bali was a demon, Daitya. But one time, Lord Krishna comes in the form of Vaman Dev, a small Brahmana, dwarf Brahmana. And he comes to Bali and tells him, please give me 3 steps of land. So when Bali is going to make that sankalpa, yes, I will give you. That time Bali's guru, Shukracharya, tells Bali, don't give. He is not a small Brahmana, he is Krishna. He will ask 3 steps of land, take everything from you. He will cheat you. But Bali says, I will still give. Krishna has come to my door asking something. In whose door? We go to God's door to ask. Who gets an opportunity to give God? God has come walking to my door asking for something, I will definitely give. So Bali doesn't think about anything. So as soon as he makes that sankalpa, Vamandev assumes such a huge form. In 2 steps of land, he covers the entire universe. Lower planet, higher planets, everything covered. 3rd step, there is no place to keep. Bali says, put it on my head. I'll surrender myself to you. So Bali gave everything to Vamandev. His land, whatever he had gained, himself, his property, everything. But in return, what did Krishna give him? Krishna, Vamandev created a new planet called Sutala Loka and made Bali the king there. And he himself became the security guard, the protector of that Sutala Loka. So you'll have these stories time and again. The story of Sudama, the story of Bali, the story of this fruit vendor. Anything that you give Krishna, you will get it back in billions of times proportions. It will just come back to you in unlimited ways. So that is the beauty of giving Krishna. So this is the aspect of phalam, right? Offering fruits to Krishna, offering flowers to Krishna. Phalam also refers to the fruits of our work, right? One is this actual fruit, the other is the fruit of our work, the result of our work, the result of our endeavor. That also we offer it to Krishna. So traditionally, in India, you have this festival of Onam or Pongal or any of these festivals. The idea is the first harvest that comes out, the first harvest you cook some khichdi or cook some kheer and offer it to Krishna. Because you understand that grains don't come in a factory. Grains come by Krishna's mercy. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhava yagyat bhavati parjanyo yagya karma samudbhava. Krishna tells in the Gita, Annat bhavati parjanya. We all subsist on grains, but where does grain come from? Rains. And where does rain come from? Only when you please Krishna, rains are going to come. So the idea is, if we actually serve Krishna nicely, Krishna will give us a lot of things. And what we get, we understand is Krishna's mercy. we offer it back to Krishna with love and devotion. We complete that cycle. It's come from him, we offer it back to him, then the process is perfect, we will perfect our life. So this is the principle of phalam, offering our fruits to Krishna. And the last thing that Krishna mentions here is toyam, water. If you don't have anything else to offer, just go and offer some water to Krishna. Krishna is even satisfied with this. I told you the story of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya just worshipped the Shaligram Shila with Ganga Jal. And just by that, Krishna actually advented in this world. You have the story of Draupadi. When Draupadi was being disrobed, you know the story? Dushasan, they were in a dice game and the Pandavas lost Draupadi and Dushasan dragged Draupadi down. And in front of everyone, she is trying to be disrobed. And Draupadi prayed to Krishna, my dear Krishna, you help me. And she didn't pray, it was not a mechanical kind of praying. She was actually in a situation of life and death. When you are in that situation, your prayer can't be superficial. It really comes from your heart. So she prayed with so much love, tears were flowing from her eyes. She was literally crying to Krishna. Krishna was in Dwarka doing some leela with his queens. Krishna just left and came running to save Draupadi. So it is said, to attain Krishna, what you need is the pathway through which Krishna comes is genuine tears. So toyam is water, and actual meaning of toyam is also tears. We cry and die for the things of this world. Better to actually cry for Krishna. If you can develop that kind of mood, then our life is actually successful. So through all these particular pastimes, Lord Krishna is trying to inspire all of us that if we can offer these simple things with love and devotion, we can actually achieve the mercy of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada also mentions two very important points. Prabhupada mentions one point is, through this shloka you can understand that God is a person. There are two understandings of God. One understanding is God doesn't have a form. He's impersonal. The other understanding is God has a form. So here, when Krishna is saying, offer a flower, offer a leaf, offer a fruit, who can you offer this to? Krishna only, na? Can you offer light? Can you offer a flower, fruit to air? You can't do that. To experience love also, you need some form. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord has a form, and he wants to establish a relationship with all of us. That's one point that Prabhupada makes here. Another very practical point Prabhupada makes here. Krishna, when he's asking offer me a flower, fruit, leaf, water, Prabhupada mentions Krishna is asking for vegetarian things. Krishna doesn't tell you, that you can offer me some meat, some wine, all that. Krishna doesn't accept all that. So Prabhupada says, if Krishna doesn't accept it, then we also shouldn't accept it. Simple. What Krishna accepts, just have. So if you offer these things to Krishna and you eat it, what you eat actually becomes prasadam. It nourishes not only your body, it nourishes your mind, consciousness, your soul, and your life can actually get transformed. So these are some thoughts from this verse. So as I told you, this is a very simple verse, but if you can actually follow these principles in our life, starting from tomorrow, offer some little flower to Krishna, have a little picture of Krishna, try to make that connect, you will see life improving. These small things actually make a big difference. Many times we want some big miracles to come in life, we want to do some big things, but great people are those who do small things in a great way. If you do these small things with lot of love and devotion, you will see all the transformation miracles happening. So please go home and please do try these principles along with the principle of chanting Hare Krishna. A small picture of Krishna in which every day you go and offer a little flower. You don't even have to buy a flower from the market. What's there in your garden, just pick it. Krishna has created those flowers, isn't it? I mean, it's as simple as that. Krishna's flower, pick it and offer it to Krishna, you get benefit. Like now people go to Kumbh to take bath there. When you worship Ganga, how do you worship Ganga? You take water of Ganga and offer it to Ganga. Because what can you offer Ganga? She is so great, none of your things will actually make sense to her. So you take her water, offer a little prayer and then offer it back. Radhanath Maharaj, one of our gurus in ISKCON, he gives a story. Just like a child, a small child, he or she wants to celebrate the birthday of the father. What does the child do? Child will go to the father and tell the father, "Father, give me 100 rupees." Okay, the father will give 100 rupees. The child will go to the market and buy a chocolate and give it to the father, "Happy birthday." Is the father happy or not? Happy. The father doesn't say, "My money, you are giving it back to me." Father doesn't say that. How will the child have his money? Child is helpless and dependent. But the father is happy that the child is thinking of me. So the whole idea is it is the thought that counts. If you are doing it with this thought of love and devotion, a small act can actually make that difference. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions, any comments?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
एक simple thing है. Where should we have this mandir? I mean, I've gone to people.
Where? Anywhere.
कौन सी जगह में मंदिर?
Anywhere. Ideally, even in the hall will be nice. But if not, due to some reason, anywhere in one small place, you create your own sacred space in your house. A small place kept nicely, right? In a clean place, have a picture of Krishna where you do your little devotion, offer something to Krishna. But that's it.
Bedroom में is
Fine. Because sometimes when you're in a family, everyone has different moods, different equations. If you can do it in the hall, it's nice. But due to that, if there is a huge fight in the house, then keep Krishna somewhere inside. But do it nicely. Do it nicely. Yeah.
because I've seen a lot of people keep mandir, like the wooden one, in the kitchen.
Yeah. Ideally, that's why I said, ideally, Krishna should have the most important place in the house. Ideally. This is the standard. Like nowadays, TV is the central point. Not to criticize anyone, but that's the fact now these days. But that's the place where, if you ask me where Krishna should be, I would say where the TV is. That's where Krishna should be. Because the TV is in the center point. So where the TV is, if you can place Krishna there, then, if you can replace it with Krishna, then it's perfect. Because TV, anyways, an idiot box. It's going to make you and I an idiot only. So better you have Krishna, you'll become very intelligent. You'll become very smart. So these smartphones are not that smart. They make you dumb. So the real smartness is taking the process of bhakti. That is real smartness.
I just want to say that was a bar. That area was a bar. When I bought it, it was sold to me as a bar. But you can see bar is not so important. Krishna is. So I'm dedicated to Krishna.
Yeah. So whatever way we can do. So start baby steps basically.
You told to offer tulsi every day.
Tulsi, yes.
And then after I eat it?
Yeah, I can eat it also. The next day. You can. One day it can be at Krishna's feet. The next day you can eat it. Or like if you are offering a fruit to Krishna, or say some dry fruits to Krishna, put one little tulsi leaf and then offer. So generally you have a small katori or a small plate kept aside for Krishna. Whatever, some milk or some dry fruits, whatever you can, offer it to Krishna, eat it, give it to your family members. So you will see this small culture makes a big difference. Especially if you have children in the house, you can teach this culture to children. This culture should go down to the lower generations, that the principle is whatever we get, we offer it to Krishna and then have. So ideally in a Vedic culture, if you get a new dress in your house to wear, before you wear the dress, you show it to Krishna, just a gesture, you show it to Krishna, please bless me so that I can use it nicely, and then start using it. So this principle applies to everything in life. Right? You get a new car, show it to Krishna, take it. So these small things, the whole idea is, see, anyway we keep eating. We eat 3 times a day, 4 times a day, we eat. So this, along with eating, if you can tag in, before I eat, I offer it to Krishna. So you're becoming very Krishna conscious by doing the regular things. Anyway, we are going to do what we are going to do. So this verse coming, so something very interesting. I read to you 9th chapter 26th verse, correct? Where Krishna is saying, offer me a leaf, fruit, flower, water. Just here, 27th verse, you will get your answer. Krishna says, Yat karoshi, yat asnasi, yat juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushu madarpanam. So Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give away, whatever austerities you perform, do it as an offering to me. Simple. So this principle is just not about the principle of eating. It's about everything else. Whatever we do, whatever activities that we do, anyway we do activities, anyway we eat, if you can marry all that to Krishna, then it is Krishna consciousness. So spirituality is not about changing activities in that sense. Actions are there, but we do those actions with the right intention of pleasing Krishna. Then it actually becomes bhakti. Okay? Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.